Hello, everyone. Hello. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to Make Nerds Politics Hour, which happens every Wednesday. It is 27th of December, and it is 2 minutes to 9. As always, I'm early because I know there are people who are like, Shuru karo bhaiya. Who is this? Who was saying this right now? Someone was like, Shuru karo bhaiya. कौन है यार? Anyway, Lasya is like early bird gets the worm. So I guess I am the worm now. Like casually just calling me a worm, Lasya, shameless. What is happening? But hello. I think this is going to be a very fun stream today because I have a friend with me, Apar Gupta, who is going to join us. He's already joined us. He's in the background and waiting for my go ahead. But the thing is, I was talking to Apar the other day about just how many bills are being passed, which are just like these command and control bills that I call them, which is this Modi government seems to be going nuts. And he's like, yeah, it's basically him trying to do dystopia. And I'm like, yeah, that's interesting. So what he has done is he has helped us out and he has collected all the shit we have gone through for the entire year when it comes to turning India into a digital dystopia. So I'm just going to get him on and we are going to just have chat about it a little bit. A little bit later, I hope, Raj Shekhar Sen is going to join us. If you guys know Bharatiya Janata podcast, which is this very fun podcast, so he's a host there. So he will also probably join us. So we will just banter there as well. But of course, the primary thing is that we want to talk to you. And I've told Apar already that, listen, Apar, chat is primary. So he's also going to answer a bunch of your questions. So without further ado, I will say hi to Apar. Hi, Apar. Hi. Are you there? Yes.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Yes,
Hello.
yes. Can be heard. Can be heard.
Okay, I'm on a movable screen, so yeah, I can see myself.
Yeah. You're also a double screen person, I see. I respect double screen people.
I don't want to sound classist. I don't want to sound classist, man. It's the only way you can get stuff done.
No.
Narayan Murthy supremacy.
Narayan Murthy supremacy, exactly. Like double screen increases your productivity, it doubles up clearly. I'm just going to say hi to chat. Hello, chat. Hello. There is someone called Save Earth First who is saying hello, everyone. Save Earth First is a good thought to start with. Kumar is saying share these three documentaries with your loved ones before January 24th. Ram Ke Naam, Reason, and Nafrat. Oh, I haven't seen this Nafrat thing, but I have seen the other two. Highly recommended. Anand Patwardhan documentaries. Thank you for the suggestion, Kumar. There is Ranaditya. Hello. Did you watch Paranjoy sir's speech? No, I haven't. Apart, Paranjoy was there that day also, no, when we were at the event. He asked a very
Yes.
long question. What do you know what speech he's talking about? I don't know what speech he's talking about.
So I'm trying to first fix my audio because somebody is saying the sensitive too loud. Is it
Ah,
better now?
wait, I will change it. I will change it from my end. Wait. Mm,
Okay.
I think, yeah, I think this should be better now. I think your voice was a little loud, but I've reduced it for the audience.
Okay, I hope it's better. So no, I've not watched his speech. Which speech is he referring to right now?
No idea. I'll just check, but we can figure that out. Um, Kushagra, hello. Thank you. There is one mod here. Guys, there will be some more mods showing up, hopefully. So please, you know what to do. Last session, last stream, we had like a person who was just trying to disrupt the live chat by putting up some very problematic points and questions and whatever clearly comes from the Bhakt family of things. And moderators were not there. What is this, Kushagra? Where are you? Why are you not doing your job? What is this? But yeah, today Kushagra is here, so we all feel safe. um, we should go like liberals assemble or something. This is a nerdy channel, Nerds Assemble. And Apar, by the way, is the nerd of the highest order, I must say. He has a channel which used to be called Amalta Stocks, and now it
Yeah,
is
and
called Apar 1984, which is
it's it's just called 1984. So I start videos with "Welcome to 1984."
so his channel is tagged in the title also. So if you guys want to go follow him, please do. He does videos on um, policy issues, but also a lot of opinion-y things he does now. So please do follow him. Uh, we should call Supreme Leader as Billu Mama. What? Con Billu Mama? What are
No,
you talking about?
that's a cool. That's a nice.
Uh, okay, when everybody is a broadcaster, nobody really is. Okay, yeah. So like, let's start from there. Aditya is saying when everybody is a broadcaster, nobody really is. That's true. And I have a question. Okay, so before we get into the deeper conversation, Apar, tell me your feeling. How do you feel as a person who follows tech policy, but also policy in general?
So your audio just went off, Meghnad, for me for some reason. It's back now.
Okay.
Yeah, it went off. But you said how do I feel about policy in general?
I just your general feelings in life is what I'm talking about.
My general feelings in life are about fear, uncertainty, anxiety.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that's shared by a lot of people, given that, you know, you have a climate crisis, you have historically high levels of income inequality. If you look at India, okay, especially, you have massive unemployment. But here's the thing, if you've invested in the stock market, it just seems to be going up, right?
Hmm.
So for people, the higher socioeconomic strata like me, things seem to be becoming better, but I know something is rotten, man. Something is eating away. Now, I look at policy much more closely, right?
Hmm.
So I know what's happening. And I'm writing about this again and again that you notice in every PIB release, Meghrad, you know
Hmm.
this.
Hmm.
Just look at every PIB release. The first two sentences have Shriya under the vision of Shri Narendra Modi ji.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah.
Every PIB release, man.
Yeah.
If you notice, every person who's a government minister, and this was not there about 3, 4 years ago, in
Yeah.
their first sentence, the second sentence,
Yeah.
okay, it's gone from sabka, 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 that mantra which they used to say, to under Shriya Adarniya Narendra Modi ji. Matlab, everything is under the direction of one person.
Yeah.
And like Meghnad, I think that we're going towards a world in which policy doesn't matter. I think even politics may not matter because you just have a theological construct, which is the Hindu Rashtra. It
Right.
defines everything. So even politics doesn't matter when you are in a Rashtra. Okay,
Right.
so that's what I'm feeling right now about policy in general. So, and it's just that I don't think so. Evidence is any longer working in policy conversations.
And it's also like a suspension of any sort of civility, right, in a lot of ways, because I was thinking about this, right? And even in the last few sessions we spoke about this, about how people are losing hope. Like they're feeling extremely dejected and depressed and whatever. And I've been doing videos, you've been doing videos and telling people about how horrible these new laws are and how they're trying to command and control over all sorts of communication. And it is kind of scary. Like being a YouTuber, it is scary, yes, but also as a general citizen, it just sounds extremely scary. Um, and I was thinking, is there any hope? Like, so
Yeah,
people
there
keep,
is.
for
There is.
example, people keep asking me, all these laws are getting passed, what can we do about it? So, yeah, there is, you say?
Yeah, there is hope. So there are two ways to look at this. One is the much more uh, optimistic way, which I like to force myself towards. I think happiness is a choice. You have to work on it, and not only me as a human being
Hmm.
in terms of my daily function, but also in terms of my political beliefs.
Hmm.
So here, I think, Meghna, because things are so shit, right? Right? You have a climate crisis. You have high levels of income inequality. You Things are unsustainable. And according to me, the political ideology which rules today
Hmm.
is not only aggressive, it's not only aggro, it's incompetent. Okay?
Hmm.
It's not actually that good. If you just look at the core stats in terms of the lost decade, as they call it, at the historic highest amount of levels of GDP, right? The
Right.
Manmohan years.
Hmm.
Look at now, and and you even take away COVID, right? You just do the baseline. It was slowing down since 2016, 17.
Right.
Okay, then they
Right.
changed the GDP calculation method. Or just look at the internet, man. Okay, over the last 2 years, and this is what I want to lead with, the number of internet users has stagnated. It's only growing 1.2% compared to when it was growing about 10 to 12% earlier.
Hmm. Hmm.
And now, other driver of growth in the digital economy, it's venture capital. Venture capital funding in India this year has plunged 67%. So you may keep on, shouting unicorns, startups, but where are the unicorns, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
my thinking around this, of course, a lot of this is economic data, is that if you have people who essentially centralize power around one person and their vision, and in effect benefit certain people who you like, who are your friends, give them core sector opportunities in the economy, and bring in a complete theological agenda around one Ram Mandir,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
What ends up happening quite often is that you are not questioned. There's no criticism. And because there's no criticism, there's no foresight, you're not able to do things well enough. So I think they are not competent.
But
And this level of aggression is just unsustainable.
so I can completely hear you because I feel like, of course, the government being incompetent also means that our bureaucracy is kind of incompetent. It has been, right? And when you, like, as you said, right, centralized leadership. I find it very strange sometimes about how these laws are also getting through, because I'm sure there will be bureaucrats who are like, yeah, what is happening here? Is this okay? How will we implement this? Right. For example, the person who said no, ki if everyone is a broadcaster, then nobody is a broadcaster. That's actually a very relevant thing to say, which is, uh, I mean, implement कैसे करेंगे? Like, what is happening?
So, Meghna, they don't need to implement it on everyone. They'll implement it on you and Ravish, okay? And a culture of pure section. That's the issue.
Yeah.
The Yeah, yeah, here's the thing, yeah. Matlab, the objective of the law also is a, a different form of enforcement. So the state lacks capacity, but there's infinite capacity amongst the unemployed youths.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
to just file complaints, okay, and create a general what is called bhai ka mahol,
Yeah.
okay, an environment, okay.
Yeah. I'll just read some chat, like, apart, just a second. Um, aren't you guys bored of pretending that Modi is some kind of dictator? You have been doing this for 10 years now. Did you see Panchayat polls in liberal ruled Bengal? Modi is the dictator. Seriously? Apar, what is this? Why are you calling him a dictator?
I would not call them a dictator. I think he's authoritarian. I
Authority.
have better words.
Hey, define, like, tell me the difference. Dictator versus authoritarian.
The dictatorship is a form of authoritarianism. Okay, like
Yes.
the person who says and gets done. I looked up the definition of authoritarianism and modern authoritarianism through the National Endowment for Democracy, and it explains basically Turkey and Russia kind of models in which the economy is more or less allowing participation of private sector firms, but
Hmm.
there are 5 to 10 large firms in every sector. There are elections which are held routinely, so there is a release valve. But the elections are essentially to exchange power amongst the ruling elite Okay,
Hmm.
so it's essentially people who have kissed the ring or note out to the supreme leader in a way, right? And an authoritarian basically doesn't believe in civil liberties,
Hmm.
which are there. यार मतलब here's the thing, we are pretending ना मतलब ठीक है मतलब so here's the thing, Lokniti CSDS
Hmm.
conducted a survey of 10,000 people all across India.
Okay.
Lokniti CSDS, in fact, actually, if you look at its poll surveys,
Hmm.
shows data in which BJP is consistently winning.
Yes.
Okay,
Hmm.
so you can't argue that it's a partisan institute. It's actually showing that there's actual a large amount of support for it amongst different sections, etc.
Hmm.
It conducted a report in UP why people did not blame the UP government for the COVID deaths which took place.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so it does all of that. Okay, so it came out with a report with Common Cause and Policing in India, which showed that two-thirds of Indians are scared of voicing their political, social, and religious views online. Here's the thing: I'm 39, boss. I have like seen parody handles of Manmohan Singh. Okay,
That's
I've
true.
seen like I've seen so much stuff happen online. Okay, online movements being set up
Hmm.
today. आप मानो ना मानो ओके भय का माहौल है मतलब
Yeah.
people are scared, people do
डर का
self
माहौल है
censor.
but you know the thing about this, right? Okay, I also have a response to this. I keep giving this example. We come from middle class, upper middle class families mostly, and our parents, like at least my parents, whenever they saw like a traffic jam or some inconvenience, they were always like, you know what we need in this country, we need a dictator. सबका सबको सही कर देगा, सबको अच्छा कर देगा, बिकॉज इन देयर हेड द डिक्टेटर इज ऑलवेज ऑन देयर टीम. So जो डर का माहौल, नो, so like it can be used in both ways, which is, of course, there is डर का माहौल for creators, and there we are constantly wondering what to say, what not to say. And when you're doing something like a live stream, it becomes more intense, right? But there is also the other side, na, which is also like pointing to you and saying, haha, डर का माहौल है, la la la, because our team is winning. So there is always this little bit of I find this is increasing more, which is, sure, there is an authoritarian rule, but there are also people who think they are in the team of the authoritarian, and
Yeah,
the others who are opposing the authoritarian are kind of dar ka mahol, like, and we'll remind
they're
you all the
losers.
time.
They're losers. They're losers, basically.
And also, yes, losers, but also you can be censored, like, I was looking at some of the links that you have shared, and some of the comments on Twitter are very obvious. Whenever I share something like a broadcasting bill and tell people that, listen, bhaiyo or behno, uh, creators are going to be shut down, there are responses which say, acha to kar rahe hai, you should be shut down. Like people like you who are evil and spreading misinformation and, hate. I don't know, like this guy who is saying that, you तुम तो बस dictator बोलते रहते हो and fear spread करते रहते हो, you will be shut down, so it's good. So do you think there is like a significant amount of people who are supporting these moves also, and what would you say to them?
No, it would be a longer conversation with them. I think so. It needs to be a conversation in which I need to listen more than I need to speak. Because
Mm,
I think a lot of the people who hold these views think about politics and the path of India as a game of WWF wrestling, okay, in which
that's
they're
true.
essentially looking for cheap thrills. So you're reducing politics, you're reducing everything in a sense to lols, okay? And
Hmm.
politics by lols gets you lols in the end only.
That's true. Sorry, there's a chat which says, if I walk up to Derek O'Brien's office and shout, "Do you know Meghnad?" Will he say yes, since you have worked with him? Yes,
Yes,
he will. Yeah, he will. He will. Try it, try it.
yes.
And video लेना उसका. शेयर करना, हम स्ट्रीम पे दिखाएंगे. अच्छा कंटेंट, great content. Please do it if you want, Lohit.
करेंगे वो.
Always hungry for content, even though content shutdowns are happening. But anyway, um, lack of industrialization in this country baffles me. Millennial mind baffles me also, but we will talk about it later. Um, would private Discord groups, messaging groups come under the telecom or broadcast bills? Apar? I think they would, right?
It would firstly, it's already an intermediary.
Hmm.
Okay, so you're already governed by the IT rules, Eknath. Okay, so if
Explain
you
intermediary, okay? Like whenever you see like a complicated word or I see it, I'm going to stop you and make you explain.
oh wow,
Yeah.
okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
intermediary is basically uh, online service provider which
Hmm.
provides you either an internet connection, so it's Airtel, Geo, or unfortunate for you, if that's the only area they're serving in, BSNL.
Hmm.
Okay, it may be a social network, okay, such as X, which I am addicted to, or Instagram, which you may be addicted to,
Hmm.
or even YouTube for that matter, okay? Because essentially the social media network or the internet service provider is not the author or the editor of the content which is authored, transmitted, and then received by you,
Hmm.
okay? Or and then you respond to it. So they are essentially providing a technical function and they are called intermediaries.
Hmm.
So if you set up a Discord server, for instance, right? What happens is that Discord is providing a mechanism through which you can set up servers. But when a person goes and sets up an instance, invites the general public to hold a conversation, they have cast upon themselves an additional obligation which are under the intermediaries rules. Essentially,
Oh.
which require you to take down any kind of content which is notified to you as being illegal. If somebody complains and says this is illegal, remove it. If you remove it, you are you are not liable any longer. This is what an
Hmm.
intermediary gets: an exemption from court cases and FIRs if they obey the law, and the law says basically remove these things. Okay, so this is the very backbone a lot of the tech policy chatter. Okay,
Yeah.
what an intermediary should not do.
So यहाँ पे I have just opened the telecommunications bill and I find this definition very amusing, which I think you also do. It says telecommunication means transmission, emission, or reception of any messages by wire,
Yeah.
radio, optical, or other electromagnetic systems, whether or not such messages have been subjected to rearrangement, computation, or other processes by means
Yes.
in course of their transmission, emission, or reception. So this pretty much covers everything.
Yes,
So
it
whether it's
does.
a Discord server, whether it's a WhatsApp group, whether it is whatever, it is telecommunication as it defines it.
Yeah, and they can regulate it later, but I think the intent behind this law,
Hmm.
particularly Meghnad,
Hmm.
is to regulate OTT messaging applications which are end to end encrypted, which means that only the sender and the receiver can read the text, and the service provider, because of end to end encryption,
Hmm.
cannot read the text, which is WhatsApp or Signal. May be required to create backdoors, may be required to trace messages, etc.,
Hmm.
stuff like that. I
Hmm.
think for people like us who
Hmm.
may be broadcasters, they have the Broadcasting Services Regulation Bill,
Hmm.
which you have already talked about. By the way, the Telecom Bill is now a Telecom Act.
Oh
It's
yeah, it's an
already passed
act.
through Parliament and it's received presidential assent.
Right. Right. Yeah. Correct. But the broadcaster bill also defines it very widely. No, that's the thing. I mean, it's not
Yeah,
passed
yeah,
yet,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. You're covered. Covered. You're covered, boss. You're
Yeah.
covered under that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what. That's what. Just taking some chat. Friends, if you have some questions for Apar, please go ahead. I'm reading chat. Also, Pramit, thank you so much for the membership. You can join our Discord server and you can also come into chat as well when we do our Discord server chats. So, guys, what we are going to do is right now, Apar is talking to me. We'll also wait for Raj to join in. At some point, he might. But then later, we can also like start getting you guys in. If you're a member, you can also come in and you can talk to Apar if you want. If we have time, we'll see what happens. I mean, this is not like a hard and fast thing that we're trying. um and there is another one that I missed. Yes. Oh, Shom Shubra, thank you so much for the 5 membership gifts. Sandeep, Milan, Sujat, Gamer 1K, and Saurabh. Welcome to my membership. And you can also get the Discord server link. You go to the communities tab, you will get access to the Discord server. So come in, come in. Mm, liberties once lost would be very difficult to regain, Manu is saying. Actually, that's a very pertinent point, no, Apar? I was thinking, and I keep giving this example. So, during COVID, right, they did this whole COVID bullshit, which is basically they made you give your data and also Bluetooth access and all sorts of things to to the government because it will keep you safe, quote unquote. It will keep you
Yeah.
safe and it will protect you from the disease, all those things. But once COVID is gone, they still have the data. They still have provisions like that. They never rolled it back.
Yeah.
So once liberties are taken over, is there always an expansion? Have you ever seen an instance where rights were curtailed because of a quote unquote emergency situation, but then they were like they restored later?
Yeah, you have the 44th, you had the 44th amendment by the Janta government.
Hmm.
See, here's the thing, Meghna. My thing is that I think if you can build an issue up to an electoral choice, the political party knows if it delivers on that choice for which people have voted for it, will repeat and
Hmm.
will not forgive it. If it does not, they go ahead with it. It's been shown for public health, for instance. It's
Hmm.
been shown for education, for instance. And they try to get away, weasel away from it by bringing up other things which kind of distract you.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it's easy to get distracted because there's so much money in politics now,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And the function of that money is essentially towards creating this grand theater of distraction, entertainment,
Hmm.
constant engagement. Okay, where politics is a sport. It's for instance a script. Every day you are possibly doing some harmless fun about the Italian Prime Minister Narendra Modi
Hmm.
in a meme. But the thing is that you are again distracting yourself from the core issues on which you want to ask accountability, right?
Hmm.
So according to me, the 44th Amendment with the Janta government brought in did roll back a lot of the provisions under the 42nd Amendment, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Which
Hmm.
Indira Gandhi brought in. So there are instances where this occurs, but for that, people need to vote on those issues. And that is the core problem, right? We have a
But
country which
but
is
but
completely,
But
yeah,
but I hear you. People need to vote on these issues. But see, that's another thing, right? The reason why people are also losing hope is because do you really think that telecommunication bill or a broadcasting bill can really become an issue which will be like, like people would actually consider it when voting? I mean, people like you and me might because we are directly affected by it. But is do you think like a normal person, like a regular person who might not even know about these bills, will they
yes,
ever make Acha, if you put it broader, will freedom of speech and being
yeah.
able to express yourself, is that really going to become a voting issue, or do you see it becoming a voting issue?
I think it can become a voting issue if it is done properly in a broader frame.
Hmm.
For instance, just take surveillance, for instance, So there's a great news story, I think so, about 4.5, 5 years ago,
Correct.
that the UP police put, I think, about 2,000, 4,000 farmers under interception, like phone surveillance, because
Yeah.
some farmers dumping potatoes outside offices of like because
Hmm.
the minimum support price was crap.
Hmm.
Okay, so they were like dumping like potatoes outside UP offices.
Hmm.
You need to basically make it into a broader issue about inequality, about your voice not getting out. Okay, so similarly, just going back to the Telecom Act,
Hmm.
I think it needs to be linked to two things. One is people who don't
Apar,
have smartphones.
Apar, hold that thought because I want to show this story also.
10,000.
Like I
10,000.
love this story, and then you complete your thought after that, right? Guys, this is a real thing that happened, and it is freakishly hilarious, but also very sad. Yogi government trolled 10,000 phone records to catch potato dumping protesters. So what essentially happened here is that the potato prices were going up, and some potato prices were going down, and they were not getting their like the costs that they put in, they were not getting returns on it. So that in a form of protest, they went outside Shri Sir Yogi Adityanath's house, CM house, and started dumping potatoes there as a sign of protest. The police tapped 10,000 phones to find potato dumpers. Right? It's crazy. I mean, it's also like, why did these police officers waste their time doing it? That's a separate question. But also the fact that they were asked to do this is kind of nuts. And it is so sad that we are living in a place like this. This happened in 2018, by the way, January 2018.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Apart,
Yeah.
tell me, what were you saying? Finish your
I
thought.
was just man, I was just saying, like, for the telecom act in isolation, I think it won't even make sense for, like, extremely well educated people. Okay, like,
Yeah.
oh, make this a voting issue. What makes it a voting issue is for people who essentially need to be effectively told that this is a law which has been made to repeal the Telegraph Act.
Hmm.
Okay. And the core problem and the core policy around telecommunications is accessibility. More people need to be brought online.
Hmm.
What are the provisions under this law, the new law, which bring you online?
Hmm.
Right? Why should your house not have a smartphone? Why should you not have an internet connection? What is the government doing about it?
Hmm. Hmm.
Second thing is that they're providing spectrum for
Hmm. Hmm.
satellite through allocation, not auction, right?
Hmm.
And the basis of that will be preference towards their own crony capitalists.
Hmm. Hmm.
The third thing is internet shutdowns. It They did not change the power, they did not change the rules. It needs to be effectively told to regions in India which has suffered 100 to 200 days of internet shutdowns at least. Like, that's Manipur, man. That's Jammu
Manipur.
and Kashmir. So
Yeah.
I think it can be made into an issue with many other things,
Hmm.
that this is a government which does not listen.
Hmm.
Ultimately, I think people who do electoral politics are much more effective at that. But I think there is a need to start integrating more of this.
Yeah, and I was also like wondering. I was just talking to some politicians lately only about this, right? I was also asking them, "Ki boss, these bills are shitty. They're going to affect all of us, and why are you not talking about it? Like, I mean, why is this not an issue?" And you can also oppose the current establishment, Modi specifically, by making like a narrative, like as you said, like make it a narrative, which is like a message that people will take. And the response I got was that it's too complicated to explain this to people. And I was
Yeah,
like,
but the other thing also is Meghnad, what the BJP has done very effectively over years is to show that it has some kind of policy competence. Okay,
right.
when it doesn't have any kind of competent people at the
Hmm.
helm of our regulatory agencies, it only has yes men. Okay,
Hmm.
so it doesn't have that level of people who hold those qualifications. So the thing is, I think it's also important for political parties to go a little deep into these issues, to reach out to that class which says that we want to vote intelligently, but there are no political parties out there we want
Hmm.
who basically even talk about these issues. I think India has a lot of distinction within itself in the socio-economic range, right?
Hmm.
And that's like it shouldn't be one message for, because there's not one person only who's voting. So it's to bring it all together. Now, if you go through the sheet, for instance, Meghnad,
Hmm.
you see what's been here, and this should be played to, I think so. We didn't start the fire by Billy Joel. Okay,
Okay.
okay. So January, where
Yeah.
do we start? Blocking of the BBC documentary on Modi.
Right.
February, tax raids and seizure of devices by BBC.
Right.
Okay. March, defamation law and Rahul Gandhi's disqualification.
Right.
CSDS report comes out, says two-thirds of Indians are scared for voicing their opinions online. April, IT fact checking rules notified, which says
Uh-huh.
the government can fact check anything about itself and ask for censorship.
Yeah.
May, internet shutdown starts in Manipur.
Hmm.
June, beer biceps, great revelation comes. Interviews with
Yes.
government ministers,
Yes.
which basically was the Hosanna for your channel, I think so.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
COVID data breach. Karnataka High Court says that mighty can pass any order without giving them to people. Okay, July. OTT
Wow.
and net neutrality. The TRAI says it wants to license OTTs, or should internet shutdowns be limited? Okay,
Right.
August Data Protection Act is notified.
Oh, of course.
Okay, September Delhi High Court में government says that we don't know which government department made Arogya Setu, the contact tracing. We don't have any records.
Yeah.
October, Pegasus, fresh alert. This is the third time, guys. This is the
Right.
third time.
Third time.
Third time. November, deep fake. Okay.
Hmm.
Podcasting. December, Telecom Act.
Of course.
We're still not done. We're still not done. I think there are
Oh.
4 days left.
Oh yeah, we
Okay.
still have 4 days left.
Yeah.
But I saw this list when you sent it to me, and it is kind of insane. Just in 1 year, all of these things have happened, which is yeah. It I don't know how to process this honestly. That's what I'm trying to also figure out. But um, yeah.
Meanwhile, again, I keep saying this again and again, Meanwhile, what is the job of the government? It is saying it's doing well. Okay, getting
Hmm.
more people online and building a lot of startups. Well, venture capital funding in India plunges by 67%. Okay,
Hmm.
from Jan to October this year. This is a Mint report. Only 920 deals this year compared to 1,499 last year.
Hmm.
Okay, second, internet users are growing only at 1.4%. Smartphone sales have contracted for the second consecutive year by 4 to 6%
Hmm.
after a 40-year run. So the government is not doing its job, man. It's doing this.
Yeah, yeah. And this internet growth data is actually quite telling also, right? You keep screaming digital India, but then nobody is getting on digital India. What is wrong with you? And also, Apar, sorry, just one thoda sa aside. There is this big news that happened yesterday, day before, where a plane which was heading for Nicaragua landed in Paris, and then they started investigating it, thinking it's human trafficking, and they found out that people were trying to illegally get into America through Nicaragua and Mexico and all those places, and 90
Yeah,
people were
yes.
from Gujarat out of the 300. And there are so many stories. I was just looking at Ravish's video on this also. There are so many stories of illegal immigration. Illegal immigration only, immigration नहीं बोलेंगे उसको, घुसपैठी बोलेंगे, घुसपैठी को, yeah. So many people trying to get into all these countries. um See, these are all indicators, guys, that on the surface, you have all these people who are like chest beating and saying that, oh, we are doing great, we are Vishwaguru, we are all the things. But then people are not getting on the internet, startups are not getting funded, jobs are being lost, the people are just not getting jobs. There is like desperation everywhere. Suicides have spiked. That is also a big thing. And also, this sort of wave of illegal immigration is happening. But on top of it, as Apar said, what are these guys doing? They are passing shitty things like this. Like, your attention should not be this right now.
Meghnad, you know what's the cognitive dissonance?
हाँ
What's the
बोलो.
cognitive? I follow a little bit of the right wing accounts. That's
Right.
because I want to be centered in the world. I want to know that I'm not living in just my own bubble.
Right.
And according to right wing accounts, because there's more money
Hmm.
to be spent on illegal immigration, that's why more Indians are doing illegal immigration. I know,
Hmm.
like, we can laugh about it. Why not put that money in the stock market or start your own startup? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, but according to the right wing, okay, there's just more people who are possibly having greater degree of information how to illegally immigrate, and now finally they have the money to do it. That is
Right.
the level of the cognitive
Right, of
dissonance
course,
which has been.
of course. That is basically it. Like, also, like, educational loans have gone up. Also, that is another thing. Like, the number of people taking education loan has shot up, and about 60% of it is to fund foreign education. So there was a RBI data that was released. There are a bunch of questions, Apar. I'm just going to ask a few of them. Um, what if intermediaries like Signal do not comply with these laws, right? And there's another related question, which is, can companies challenge this law or interpretation of it, like WhatsApp did last time? Yeah, go on.
So the first question is like, yeah. So man, like I don't want to be company specific, okay, but I don't know. Like I think Signal has signed on to a joint letter with several digital rights groups, including Access Now, Internet Freedom Foundation, 60 of them, and it's called on for the law to be not notified by the president, but it's already there. Now the central government needs to notify it. I think uh, I think the government will try to not it's dry powder. They'll first try to do some things over a period of time. Like if you've seen the Ashwini Vaishnav statement also after the law passed. So in Parliament, Ashwini Vaishnav was asked if OTTs are excluded from this law, like
Yeah,
Signal
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
WhatsApp.
yeah.
She didn't say
He
anything.
didn't say.
Then later on, but during that period, okay, like there was this PPT which was being sent across on WhatsApp groups in which there are journalists and like company people, okay, like the government says that OTTs are excluded because the draft bill said OTTs and now it doesn't say OTTs, but the definition is broad enough. People are bringing that up. The deletion does not count for much, but the government was saying, okay, we are not going to put it. Trust us. Okay. So I think they're not going to do it immediately. They're going to test these things out. देखते हैं यार 2024 में के बाद क्या होता है 2-3
That's
साल के
true.
बाद मतलब 2026 2027 will be strange new years. let's
Yeah.
let's see what happens.
Yeah. But
Okay.
there is a
And the
chance that it will be challenged, right? I mean, like if like the first.
See, companies can always challenge it, but
Yes,
then
yes.
you have great things which are happening in the Indian courts. Now, for instance, you have the Karnataka High Court judgment, okay, on Twitter. So, if you read the Karnataka High Court judgment, yeah, matlab, it is amazing, man. It actually also has a reference to the G20 slogan, Vasudhave
Vasudhaiva
Kutumbakam. The word is,
Kutumbakam. Yes.
it's within the boss, it's within the judgment. It's within
Wow.
the judgment.
Uh,
Yeah, and the court says that Twitter, you make money, so how can you defend your users and who come to the court? Okay, you are a profit-seeking entity. Freedom of speech and expression very convenient now. Okay, so you are saying that the government should not block entire accounts, but sometimes entire accounts need to be blocked. Where are the individual users? Well, there was one individual user who did go to the court for blocking of his account, Akar Patel, and the
Akar
court
Patel,
said
yes.
we'll impose 25 rupee 25 lakh rupee costs on you, Akar, if you don't withdraw your application. This case is between the Twitter and the government. Well, strange things are happening in courts as well.
Wow.
Yeah,
Amazing.
all of this is public. You
Yeah,
can just
yeah.
go and look at.
All very fun stories basically, which just keep popping up just randomly. Sorry, Lasya has a very interesting question. Do you think a post dystopian society can recover from its stringent ways? Also, can you define what dystopia means? So the dystopia definition is on your screen right now. It says an imagined state or society in which there is great suffering or injustice, typically one that is totalitarian or post-apocalyptic. If you want to see totalitarian also, system of government that is centralized and dictatorial and requires complete surveillance, subservience of the state. So, just to give you like a quick overview of dystopia, friends. Here's the thing: what happens is there's this leader, XYZ leader. I'm not naming anyone. There's this leader who gets who manages to convince people that he or she or they are the savior of all their problems will be solved if they are in the top position of power, right?
Position.
Now what happens is that once they are in the top position of power, because people are like, of course we trust you to solve all of our problems. uh, the thing is, for that one person to solve all that problems is impossible, especially if the government is extremely incompetent and bureaucracy is incompetent.
Nayak.
Nayak, yes, exactly. Like one
Nayak.
day CM goes all around, fires people. Doesn't happen in real life, but anyway. So that is the fantasy that people have once this we give trust. Now what happens is once they don't fulfill promises, but they want to maintain power, what do? They stop people from complaining. The biggest problem that a leader like this can have is people who are pointing out that, hey, you promised to do this, but you haven't done this. And then there is a step between that also, right? To get that sort of subservience from people, you need to surveil them. So how do you find out if people are complaining about you? You do massive amounts of surveillance. Then when someone says something uncomfortable, or there is like a movie industry that is very popular, and they are making popular movies which talk about anti-establishment things and social things, they will put like they'll put fear in them by filing a random FIR, arresting their or almost arresting their executive, so that nobody makes such commentary or social movies. They do the same with news channels. They will raid a few of them, they will ban some documentary, and then they will make sure that everyone in the news industry pretty much knows the consequence of going against the government. That is what dystopia is. But dystopia, if you want to take it further, it is constant surveillance on you to see if you are being subservient, and also modifying your language and your thoughts in a way that you are subservient to the highest power, which is doing the whole thing. Yeah. Now, do you want to add anything else, Apar?
No, there are a bunch of great books if you've not read them yet.
His YouTube channel is called 1984, so please read that book.
that's the same year that's the same year I'm born in.
Yeah.
But you need to remember that the internet that you see right now, the feelings that you feel right now, have not always been there. And that's just not a function of my age being 39. That's also because the internet was very different. It didn't exist the way it was. Of course, you didn't have YouTube. So, yeah, like you spent less time here and you learned less things. Okay. But you had a bunch of individual websites. And that's what Edward Snowden also says in his book Permanent Record. He's also born in 1984, by the way. You may love that. I would recommend you read it. Okay. And other than that, of course, the classics, Brave New World, 1984. Okay. Stuff like that. It's dark. Okay. But it leaves a lasting impression on you. And it's very important for any person to read because the parallels are just so striking, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I've also, like, in Modi review, I have done like a last segment in the first episode, which sort of reviews 1984. So you can go watch that also, which sort of gives you an idea of what dystopia is and what a leader does in a dystopian environment. Siddharth is saying it's systemic Stockholm syndrome. That's a good
Yeah.
way to put it.
Yeah, so Meghnad, which is the state which wants the most surveillance and also is the most scared of posting their views online about religion and politics and stuff like that?
Who is it?
Guess, please guess, and please guess which state in India is the most scared and the most surveilled and
Gujarat,
wants the
Gujarat,
most. Yes, yes,
Gujarat.
bingo, 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 bingo. Authoritarian bingo, you win
Yeah,
it.
very, 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 very expected. Very expected. There is Div 9 and Chintan Gandhi. Thank you so much for the membership. Thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. Tushar has a question. Does broadcasting bill also refrain from any voice representation of opposition on Godi Media TV debates? Oh. Will questions be raised by opposition spokesperson on TV debate go against the broadcasting bill? This is interesting. I mean, the broadcasting bill technically can be implemented in a way. Um, how about this? How about this, Apar? I can think of some scenarios where an opposition leader is raising some questions about, things like Galwan, or things like the army, or like the excesses of the army, uh, and that can be like against the broadcasting bill. What do you think?
Yeah, but they will essentially target the TV channel, but they don't need to target the TV channel anymore because it's owned by their friends.
Yeah, but there are these moments, no, because it's live TV, and someone says something like, we've heard like classic words, bnd and all those things which just go under the radar, gali marte hai, maramari karte hai, you know the drill. In that process, right, if someone says something, so in this case the broadcaster, which is the TV channel, will be responsible, but will they be able to punish that person also, or just
They
like,
can punish that person. They can punish that person separately. The some police can file a FIR against them. They can do like that kind of stuff. That's already there, na. Oh,
yeah.
sorry, I've not read the new criminal law act. Okay, so I don't know yet what's. Yeah, under the old law also they used to abuse it, so they could do it. When Section 66A was unconstitutional, they could still do it. People
Right,
have gone to jail, guys, when a
right,
section did not exist. It's fine. Things
yeah,
can be done in this country.
right. Fair enough, fair enough. So our friend Sanjay Chauhan has come, and moderators are there. So Sanjay, I see you're trying to derail the conversation again. Please don't do that. Uh, but this time I have backup. Also, Jonathan, thank you so much for the super chat. Keep up the good work. I am, sir. I'm trying. Yeah. Then Pramod, thank you so much for 5 memberships. Ansar, Anan, Scranton, Omkar, and Mayur. Welcome. Welcome to the nerdy family, I guess, community. Just nerds hanging out together. I didn't say my tagline today. Welcome to Make Nerds Politics Are, where a bunch of nerds get together and hang out together. See, that is what you just joined. So congratulations. Another super chat is from Goodness. Thank you so much. If 2024 goes to BJP, do you think democracy will end? People are still voting for Modi despite whatever is happening. Solutions? Question mark. Democracy is a feeling, guys. I still maintain that democracy is a feeling.
Meghna, there's an issue in the Journal of Democracy which is devoted only to India. It is called "Is India Still a Democracy?"
Really?
It came out about like 6 or 8 months ago. Yeah,
Oh,
and
what
there
does
are
it
about
say?
there's 7 or 8 individual essays by people. So they're good ones. For instance, there's one by Rahul Verma, who's at CPR. He says that the case against India's democratic backsliding is well established, but the thing is, it's not like democracy is over. India goes through these kind of things. Okay,
Hmm.
there's some person who's argued that India's never been a democracy because it's never given full democratic representation to people equally. There are others who have said that okay, but have we even stopped trying for better? At least we were trying to be a better country in that sense, right?
Hmm.
Like, but here's the thing, yeah, matlab, democracy isn't just participation in elections. I refer to it in my last op-ed on the Telecom Bill also that
Hmm.
I really do feel that we are at a pivotal point in which the language, the political grammar itself is saying that we are in a new India. That new India is Bharat. People who are in it are Nagriks and Bharatvasis. So at
Hmm.
least there's this level of Hindi or Indic representation in a inherent meaning of what a citizen is. You're not under the constitution, you're under the scripture. You're not governed by public officials, you're governed by santris. You're governed, and all of whom report not to the prime minister
Hmm.
but to a divine king. In
Hmm.
that sense, a lot of that is coming together more and more. I,
Hmm.
I sense it, and it's really disturbing for me, right?
That's
Because
a
it's
very good point. Go on, go on. Sorry, complete your thought.
one final thing here, because even if you say that okay, like the guy who said that "अरे मोदी के ऊपर रोना करना बंद करो यार, अपनी दुकान चलाते हो
Hmm.
मोदी के ऊपर,"
Hmm.
kind of stuff. Here's the thing, man. Even the BJP own guys, they keep saying we want to rule to 2047 and perpetually till the sun goes down, and the sun
Yeah.
will never go down. It'll always come over. We are reconstructing a new country. We want a opposition Mukt Bharat. They
Hmm.
keep saying it. In fact, after the disqualification in parliament, I listened to Ravi Shankar Prasad's speech, and he said they're not going to be elected next time to parliament. It'll just be us. He said
Hmm.
it in Hindi, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. That's
So
what
by
they
your
want.
own words, you're saying you want a one-party rule.
Hmm. No, absolutely. And so here's the thing. I kind of agree with you. And the way I look at it is, I feel like democracy sort of goes through like these pendulum moments, right? So I would say that 1975 was like a sort of an end pendulum moment for us. Maybe this is another one. It is swinging that way. We don't know how far this will swing again, but to expect that this will be forever, I think is a mistake. If you are in this team, that team doesn't matter, right? Because you have to be realistic. The problem is that people are losing hope, but also as a consequence, they're losing hope in the future, which I think is very harmful. So the reason why I think we need to also have hope is because ठीक है भाई 5 साल 10 साल 15 साल 25 साल whatever you will have like this quote unquote Hindu Rashtra bullshit happening. You will have like some semblance of a one party system. They're saying it, they might even do it. They don't give a shit about laws. We see it. So if that does happen, how sustainable will it be? That is a question you need to ask. Also, if you are a 20-year-old person right now, by the time you are 50, things will be very, very different. Trust me on this, right? Apar, I keep giving this example, right? Until 10 years ago, I had not dreamed of anything like an Uber, which would just come to the front of my house, pick me up. I don't even have to say anything. It'll just drop me wherever. My payment will happen. Could not have imagined. An year ago or 2 years ago, nobody was thinking that there would be generative AI. Everybody was actually making fun of people who were talking about AI. Suddenly, in the last year, you can see how nuts things have become. Another thing that I trust and why I have hope is because technology is going to be extremely disruptive and it is going to go nuts. If you thought the internet is chaotic, wait till it is taken over by the artificial intelligence gods, which is already happening. But anyway, yeah, sorry, long rant, but yeah.
No, it's
Um,
important to be hopeful.
oh
I
yeah, yeah,
agree with you. It's
absolutely.
very
And if you're not hopeful, that's the thing, right? I was also thinking like I'm like what 33 now, 34, and 20 years down the line, where will I be? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they'll invent travel to Mars and I will be rich enough to afford it and go and chill with Elon Musk on Mars. Who knows these things? I'll be like, hey, middle finger to everyone here. I'm out. Bye. uh, there is, sorry, there are a few more questions. I'm just going to take them. I have taken all the super chats, I think. Yes. Okay. Uh, My concern is, can we stop this broadcasting bill with its current rules? It's pretty much against freedom of speech. Can it be challenged in the Supreme Court? I think, Apar, you have already answered this a little bit.
yeah, yeah. And also, like IFF, where I used to work, they are running a petition campaign called Let Us Chill.
Hmm.
So you can check out, you can send an email, like it has one of those things.
Hmm.
Like your Speak For Me campaign, na? That
Hmm.
kind of thing.
Hmm.
But I don't know how effective public consultations are because the minister is Anurag Thakur, and you know Anurag Thakur for one thing.
Of course.
I know everyone is thinking about it.
Yes.
It
Yes.
has something to do with the gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
देश के गद्दारों को yes, you can complete it. So
You can you can put it on YouTube, just not right now. After the stream is
after the
over.
stream is over. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay, so Kushagra has a interesting question, which I think just tell me the section also, right? By the way, I have a question about the Telecom Act. So will this act kind of turn into something like the internet wall we have in China? Yeah, not that level, but slowly getting there. You had told me, or at that event only, you said that it allows China level of blocking, keyword blocking.
It this is yeah. So if you read my Hindu op-ed,
Hmm.
what I'm essentially saying is that it has provisions for licensing.
Hmm.
See, the blocking part has always been there with the government, okay,
Hmm.
where they can block apps, websites, things like that. That's under Section 69.
Hmm.
of the Information Technology 69A.
Hmm.
Okay, the uh, Telecom Bill, if you
Hmm.
look at it, the Telecom Bill, the Telecom Act actually will allow China level filtering of keywords
Hmm.
if the government wants it on messaging applications.
Hmm.
So China has WeChat, which is their version of WhatsApp,
Hmm.
because Chinese never allowed WhatsApp to even gain market entry in China. So China
Hmm.
is kind of devious like that. They
Hmm.
didn't allow like Silicon Valley companies to come in the first instance.
Hmm.
They said हम अपनी बनाएंगे or under their own apps they have a list of words and images which cannot be sent from one person to the other. So if you send something, it won't get through.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, Telecom Act, the way I have read it, firstly, the definitions of telecommunications is so broad, they can bring in what they call as authorization
Hmm.
requirements.
Hmm.
It's kind of like a license. तुम्हें ये करना पड़ेगा. You
Hmm.
have to do XYZ. Or they can even under, I think it's called section 19 or something, they can prescribe standards for encryption and conformity.
Hmm.
Basically, they have to say that, okay, they will start by saying that you can't say bomb, terrorist, kill,
Hmm.
okay,
Hmm.
and or you can't say you can't spread like revenge porn, stuff like that.
Hmm.
And then a few years later down the line, they'll say, you can't say Sanghi, you
Hmm.
can't send this image, you
Hmm.
can't do that, you can't do this.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So there are specific provisions on encryption and there are specific provisions on authorization of what are called as telecommunication services. And that's why it allows China level filtering
Hmm.
of specific things.
Right.
Also, it has another provision, Meghnad, which requires if there's a surveillance order for the service provider, which is licensed to provide the output in an intelligible format. Now, what
Yeah.
that means is WhatsApp needs to provide the plain text of a message to law enforcement
Hmm.
if it's asked to do that, right? So it has to create a fucking backdoor, right? I'm
Hmm.
sorry, I
It's
was
okay.
swearing.
You're
So
allowed to.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, thank you. Okay, for now.
No, but this intelligible format, I've just pulled up that section. It's very funny. I want to read it. Funny. When I say funny, guys, please, you know what I mean, right? It's, um, so it says that the central government or the state government or any officer authorized by on behalf of this can direct that any message or class of message to or from any person, to or from any telecommunication equipment, or relating to any particular subject brought for transmission, transmitted, etc., shall not be transmitted, or shall be intercepted, or detained, or shall be disclosed in intelligible format to the officer mentioned in such order. It's it's kind of weird, right? Like this is the first time I'm coming across the term intelligible format in any law. I don't know if any other laws have it. Uh, Before this,
They
there
may
was,
have it.
yeah,
They may have it. They may have it. You may never know. Like there's
yeah.
so much in law.
I was just searching your ye only. Like I was just showing your opinion piece. Guys, please go read this. It's very good. This one and this one. Old censorship on a new medium and telecom law upgrades for a digital authoritarian state. Both of them written by Apar, kind of gives you like an idea of both the broadcasting bill and telecom bill. Also, I have to thank you, Apar, because you helped me a lot to understand these two also.
Yeah,
And
that's what YouTubers do.
yeah, that's what YouTubers do. Yes, 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 absolutely. um, okay, just a second. I'm just going to take some more live chat. Mm. China has banned Winnie the Pooh as well. What?
Yeah, because Xi Jinping is like chubby, right? So
Holy
you
shit!
get
Oh,
it.
that's true.
You
Oh,
didn't know that.
oh no, I didn't know this. This is fun. They've banned Winnie the Pooh because he looks like Xi Jinping.
Yeah, yeah. Chinese have a way of getting around censorship, and then the censors catch up. So
Yeah, Kushagra has explained it also. Are you telling me I can
okay,
call Modi ji our supreme leader? Of course, you have to call him your supreme leader. What are you talking about? What is this? Um, Sanjay Chauhan is still there. Anyway, catching up on live stream, the Yogi government trolling news is from 2018. Yes, yes, I did say that. It's from 2018. IFF is running a petition campaign called Let Us Chill. Where to check it out? Can you share the link, please?
let us
I'm.
chill dot in ही होएगा उनके पास. Let us chill dot in.
Is it?
वही
It
होना
is.
चाहिए मेरे.
Oh, it's a website called
Yes,
Let Us Chill.
yes, it
ये
is.
यहाँ
I'm
पे एक
pasting it in.
ब्रॉडकास्ट बिल का ये है. Let Us Chill.
मैंने paste कर दिया. I've pasted it.
I don't think it will come on chat. But yeah, I'm showing it. It's fine. IFF, you will have comments on broadcasting bill, which has Let Us Chill, I think. Let us chill that. Let us chill dot in. What are you saying?
Yes, yes. Let us chill dot in. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah. So it leads to the letter. Time to act. Tell the MIB. Let us chill. And you can write an email to them. Yeah. So and there's a resource list which is great. You have all sorts of things. And अपार का भी article है यहाँ पे. Yeah. Okay. So that is where you'll get it. Holy shit, that's true. Realization hitting. I mean, yeah, I didn't know. Thank you for letting me know. Uh, uh, in rallies, people seek recognition from leaders, but when BJP leaders engage in hate speech, isn't it a form of sedition for civilians exercising their freedom of speech? I'm still in ninth. So, yeah. Vikram's toy review. Thank you so much, sir. You're very young. I'm still calling you a sir. But I'm happy you're thinking about these things. Much appreciated. Kudos to you and your parents and maybe your teachers who are bringing you up. But to answer your question, Vikram's toy review, in a very simple way, there is something called selective application of law, right? So, in an ideal scenario, when a law is passed, like a law like even the Telecom Bill, right? It should be equally applied on all citizens. That is the whole point of a law. So they won't distinguish between different citizens, where they come from, what background they come from. If they violate a law, they should be acted on. That is what should happen in an ideal scenario. But what is happening right now, and it has happened in our history also, you will see it happening in other countries as well, is that if you are a pro establishment person, if you are in the government's team, then the government kind of lets you go all the time. So if you are doing like a dharam sansad, if you are doing like a, like as you said, hate speech rally or whatever, and you are you have favor with the government in power or the party in power or the local leader in power, whatever it is, the laws that are used against the opposition to curb such activities will not be used against them, because they get a get out of jail free card before they go to jail, because they side with the government. So, in case of these laws, what we are talking about is, this is a big fear, because as Apar said earlier, the implementation is crazy. Like, how will you censor the internet? That is a big question. How will you find out broadcasters or users who are actually speaking against the government? Are you going to sit there and watch all videos? No, you aren't. So, what will happen is that the government will look at things that are going viral. They will see how much uncomfortable they are by those things going viral, and they will apply it there. But if there is a hate speech going viral, if there is a Dharam Sansad going viral, then the same laws don't apply. Uh, just another example I can give you, Mahua Moitra got kicked out of parliament for hurting national security. The guy, Pratap Simha, who is an MP who gave passes for letting two people break 5 layers of security and throw smoke bombs in parliament. He's completely chill. No national security threat there. Yeah. Apart, do you want to add anything else?
Yeah, I just want to, just double down on one thing. Yeah. As 2024 approaches, okay, we all know this one friend who voted for BJP in 2019 who's open to a conversation. You don't
Yes.
need to do much. You can possibly just listen to them a little bit more. And by listening, quite often I have noticed that it's hard for people to, eventually explain their choice and then for that trust to be established in which you can explain your choices. That's your best hope of, on a person by person basis, impacting just one person to essentially vote in a different way at best. Okay. And if you if you're up to it, write more. Okay, get into a deeper level of analysis. It's just a request I wanted to make because there are a lot of young people here. I say let it's not about losing hope. What you should feel is a sense of urgency.
Interesting. Why do you say that?
Because it's much harder for us to turn back. I think after the next elections, uh, I think a lot of things are in play, especially the amount of capital which will be available with the BJP, the narrative setting which has happened very successfully around G20 and now the Ram Mandir. For instance, if you look at this guy, Sanjay, okay, Sanjay, everything Sanjay is saying here is essentially something which is felt by a large section of society, which is then being organized very efficiently because through electoral bonds, one organization has the ability to actually create that organizational framework. Okay, it does nothing better than do that. So I think it's incumbent on people. It becomes much tougher after 2024 if they gain very, like a very commanding presence in parliament again. Okay, so I think there's a sense of urgency. It will last for much longer and become much worse if there's a much more stronger BJP government next time. A lot of these laws will, in fact, show the very severe forms of implementation if they have a very strong mandate.
Correct. And also, Apar, just wanted to add to what you said. It's not just about this government, also, by the way. I mean, this government, of course, if BJP comes back, they are the ones bringing the law, so they will obviously use it in whatever way they want. But do not trust anyone who is in power because the next government that comes might be crazier, and that might be a party you don't like, and then it'll be used against you. And this is not scaremongering. This is exactly what happened during the emergency. All these people who are in BJP right now were thrown in jail by Indira Gandhi, and they became like very popular because of it. Now there are propaganda movies. Oh my god, they fought a independence battle against Indira Gandhi, all the things. So in this government, whoever they throw in jail will come up later and say the same things. It's a cycle. You have to realize the country has not ended. It's been 75 years, and we are very young that way. But this is a cycle, right? So
Yeah,
authoritarians can come from anywhere. It can be BJP today. It can be Congress tomorrow. It can be Aam Aadmi Party day after. So do not,
but I
do,
disagree a little bit. I disagree a little bit because what Indira Gandhi did was a proclaimed emergency limited to a time period under the
yes,
Constitution of India. Could argue was not properly done, but she ended as well.
yeah.
What you are right now doing is a political, social, and economic transformation of this country in which the stated purpose is to turn it into a theological state which is ruled by scripture. Okay, that wanting to turn this country into something else. Okay, they want to delete the provisions under the constitution which give protection to minorities. They want to bring in laws not only which are statutes, Meghnad, but also change the form of voting in which there is
That's very true.
simultaneous. Yeah, all of this is happening, man. So I would argue that we're not in an emergency. We are in a attempted transformation of a civic republic. Okay, which is why I think I say urgency, which is why I say that it's a little different right now. It's
Correct.
rather than
Correct.
political party, just wanting to grab power. It's much more than that. It's a cultural project.
Very, very legit points. I think you do make sense.
Sorry
Um,
to disagree. Sorry.
no, no, no. Why are you sorry about disagreeing? Friend, this is a nerdy channel. We are nerds. We disagree with each other. It is very welcome. Even Sanjay, who is being muted, I went to look at what Sanjay is saying, but our wonderful mods have already taken a decision, so I'm not going to argue with them. Right. Harinder Singh, thank you so much for the membership. Much, much welcome. Gokul has a super chat. Got to head out, but wait, sorry, I'll just bring it up on screen. Yeah, got to head out, but for those getting a sense of hopelessness, wanted to leave these words by Audrey Lorde. So it is better to speak remembering we were never meant to survive. Interesting. Thank you so much for that, Gokul. Um, why is everyone saying India alliance will also make a bad government? At least citizens will have a change and a chance to save democratic values, which is essentially impossible during BJP government. So, Baki Hanma, as Apar was saying, actually, I do agree with him. It is what we are seeing right now is a cultural program, which is a cultural transformation of the very basic, idea of what India is, right? This whole, I mean, yeah, of course, like there are like people, what's his name, Apar, who wanted to change the constitution. He had given like a opinion piece like a few months ago. Someone
देते
who,
रहते हैं देते रहते हैं पॉकेट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन भी बनाई है लोगों ने these sorry to say it I'm irritated by them and libertarians okay
yeah.
they've tried it before there's a Rajesh Jain who came up with a 3-page document there was this Mantri guy who's a VC in Bangalore who came up like and it's all like libertarian limited state we don't see it any longer happening okay
Hmm.
like yeah but like there is an entire feeling that like Meghna, there are questions which are put like, what was the representation of the Constituent Assembly?
Hmm.
Why should we have values which were held 75 years ago? These are the kind
Hmm.
of questions which are being placed today, right?
Yep. Which are basically, I mean, there is no problem with these questions per se, but the intention behind asking these questions is very dangerous. That is how I would put it. Because, so Apar, I was also thinking, and someone was actually telling me yesterday only that the fellows you mentioned, I won't say who exactly, they had come to them and basically said that our constitution should be so short that it fits on a matchbox. That is a quote that they gave. And I was thinking it is basically this whole American sort of way of thinking of one page constitution, etc. Um, I agree with you when you say that there is a cultural program to sort of change the basic values of the country. But do you think, just as a thought, if we had to change our constitution, do you think there is anybody in existence that you can name who is visionary enough to think like Baba Sahib Ambedkar, like our Constituent Assembly debates? If you read the freaking debates, guys, I'm saying this, these people predicted what is happening today 75 years ago. Just go and read it. I have done a few videos on it also. But do you think, Apar, there is anyone who is that visionary, who is that understanding of what India actually is, its basic ethos, who will be able to draft a constitution that everybody agrees with? Is there anyone?
Everyone, no, they don't have to agree to it. They have
See,
to be entertained by it.
oh
So
God, Apar, what is this?
I can I can give some ideas how that can happen as
Give,
well.
give,
Okay,
give.
like okay, so essentially you make a very you create a entertaining constituent assembly. Okay, you bring in some film stars, you get like, your
Kangna,
biceps to do
yeah,
shots every day.
of
Okay,
course.
like people are really into that. And like if you like get like top 10 influencers from Tollywood and like Okay, get people from the south as well. Okay, like you can do it, man. Like
Hmm.
it won't be a great document, but the thing it won't amount for governance. It'll basically say that what one person thinks from his 56 or 58-inch chest.
Hmm.
Okay, like is basically entire basis of, yeah, like of thinking, of
Hmm.
economic thinking in this country, of rational thinking, etc. But here's the thing, Meghna, they don't need any of this. As UP has shown, all you need are consultants. You need the big four, and you can basically
That's
take
true.
on debt as much as debt you want. You can basically get government projects selected, you can get the tenders made, and you can get the private contractors to do it all through one consultant.
Accurate.
You don't need anything, right?
Yeah.
All the bureaucrat needs is the dashboard. Cut, cut,
Accurate.
cut, 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 cut. And post retirement, they can go and join one of the private firms. Okay. So it's great, yeah. Matlab, you don't need the constitution. That is the argument these guys are making. The constitution is holding us back.
So you have to just convince everyone else through reels and shorts that you're visionary, and then you're allowed to make the constitution,
And,
basically.
cricketers and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like glamour. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like,
Glamorous
like,
people.
yeah. Yeah, essentially all of that. Yeah, but just look at what they've done to Parliament. There's no central hall, boss.
That's
There is no
true.
central hall.
That's true.
Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha MPs can't meet.
Yeah. Guys, just to give you context of what a central hall is in parliament, in the old parliament, there used to be this common space, right? Where you also used to get good coffee. But only MPs were allowed inside and they would chill there. Basically, you would see, and I keep giving this example, I've seen this happen. And this was back in 2012, 2013, right? So, not this government, but there was a time when the BJP was constantly disrupting the parliament. You know, like they didn't let two sessions happen. They were like, wow, wow, come. They said that it's a legitimate strategy to disrupt the parliament. And the Congress was like, oh, I guess, theek hai. And they were also not taking like suspension actions or anything against them. That was that time, right? I have seen this happen. I was in the gallery. I didn't jump. I was in the gallery and I was like looking at this. There is this leader from the BJP who gave like this intense, like speech hating on someone in the treasury benches, right? Ki, oh my god, you're arrogant. You gave like this press conference and how dare you, the zero loss theory, all the things, right? That was happening. They were like screaming at each other literally. And then, of course, it got disrupted and went away. Next thing I see, I was passing by the central hall. These guys are chilling there in the central hall having coffee and talking to each other as if they're like amazing friends. That is when it struck me that these people put up a show for you to consume. They use parliament as a platform to basically put up a show. But in real life, they're chill. They're like okay with each other. But what is happening now is way more dangerous, which is
Dushmani,
yeah,
blood
which is
feud.
literal dushmani. Like, so if there is no central hall where these two people can meet and chill, if there is like this intense division between who is in the opposition and who is in the ruling, and you don't talk to each other, there is no conversations happening, that is extremely dangerous. And the space where this used to happen does not exist anymore because Modi ji knows best. But yeah, sorry, just wanted to thank, yeah, Pooja, thank you so much for the membership. And also, we have a super chat. Jay Side Pickin will give what? Jay Side Pickup. Oh, Jay Sai Deepak. Oh, yeah. Will give nation new constipation. Yes, yes. I love it. I love it. I love this is why you should spend money. Kya Bhagoda something is your name. Thank you so much for the super chat. Totally worth it. There's another super chat. Assam NRC was done by a big four. Also,
Yeah.
read the origins of totalitarianism by Hannah Arendt. Oh yeah, yeah, it's in my list. Have you read that, Apar?
Volume 3, yes.
Oh, it's in my list. I will definitely do it. Assam NRC was drafted by one of the big fours.
Yes.
Whoa, I heard Aadhaar, yes. I heard,
मैं पूरा काफी है इसमें इनका.
huh?
इन्होंने आधार भी किया था. I'll side पे I'll message you.
Okay, sure.
नाम इतना
Yeah. Should I mention the name?
करना है कर ले भाई, मतलब पिटने के लिए.
अब क्या ही बचा है? अब कहाँ ही जाएंगे, क्या ही बचा है, अब तो कर ही लो.
No, I'm checking also because मेरे को याद है, मतलब गलती नहीं हो जाए मुझसे इन
Yeah.
चीजों में, तो मतलब कंसल्टेंट लोग क्योंकि वो सोचते हैं they're doing God's work ना,
Yeah,
so
yeah, of
that's
course.
also there.
That's true, that's true.
It like there's like this is like tech for good. We're doing tech for good. It's true, man. It's
Yeah.
true.
They,
So
they're constantly saying this. We are making, it's the same thing. We are making the world a better place. That's the argument that they do. Acha, Apar, we will do something now, right? I have to also, like, I'll keep talking to chat. If you, do you have time to stay?
I want to have some dinner, yaar. मतलब
Ha ha. So feel free to exit whenever you want. So you can stay in the background. I'll just get some members on
I can
also.
mute myself. I can mute myself, not thoda.
Ha ha.
I
Of
mean all
course,
that. I
of
can stay
course.
like
Ha, you can be in the on the channel, and if you want to interrupt anytime, please do. Like you can have your dinner or whatever. I'm not shutting this live stream. I just want to like cover some other things also, and also like talk to chat a little bit. Yeah.
okay, so I'm trying to minimize this window. Okay, it was auto maximizing. एक second. Where do I go, yeah? Where do, what's tab?
Acha, I'm
Searching of.
I'm exiting this channel and going on the other one. Okay, so I think if you do the same thing, it will be fine. Yeah. Chalo. Thank you, Apar. Thank you so much for doing this. By the way,
You're welcome. You're welcome.
anything else to plug other than your channel, friends? His channel is in the title.
That was
Please follow.
sheet. Yeah, I made that sheet. Like
Yeah.
we didn't start the fire sheet. वो share कर देना एक बारी अपने link में, मतलब वीडियो के link में.
Oh,
So
okay.
people can just read month by month क्या बकवास हुआ है.
Amazing, amazing. I'll definitely do that. Okay.
It was a lot of fun. यार मेघनाथ मजा आया आज.
Yes, amazing. I love that. Thank you so much for joining. And yeah, if you want to interrupt anytime when this is going on, please do.
I I I first have to find the Discord window, so I'm still doing that. Okay, when
Fair
I
enough.
yeah.
Fair enough. Chalo, bye.
Bye bye.
Okay. Friends, if you are members of the Discord channel, you can join the live debate channel now, and I'm there. You can come talk to me. Till then, I will just talk to chat. Ta, ta, ta. Yeah, okay. What does Big Four mean? So, Big Four are these big four accounting firms, which are what are those? Price Waterhouse Cooper. There is Deloitte. There is there are two more. Whatever. Chat, if you know the Big Four, please put the names so that our friend Ansar will know. Big Four. Ah, yes, someone has already done it. Ernst and Young, BCG, PwC, Dishaw Consultation Groups, CA and BComs. Okay, but yeah, Ernst and Young, BCG, Boston Consulting Group, KPMG, Deloitte. Yes, those are the other two. Yes, KPMG and Deloitte. So these are basically consulting firms, which are the big four. And so what has been happening in the recent past is that all of these people in the big four, just consultants in general, they have been working very closely with government ministries. They get contracts to do problem solving and implementation and planning and strategy and all the things that all the consulty things that consultants do. So these four have been essentially one of the few firms which have been getting that a lot. So yeah, so there is like this, as Apar also said, they have drafted bills. There are some law firms which have drafted bills also, which the government just presents as their own. But of course, there is a lobbying factor there as well, where all these big fours are also consulting with big companies. So there is like this direct lobbying, quote unquote, advocacy happening between them. So it's like this whole thing, if you know what I mean. Is that someone here? Oh, yeah, there are people here. Hello. Friends, if you want to say something, please say hello. There are people who have joined. But we are covering the news, so if you want to interrupt whenever you can do that, guys. So there is Bilbo, Kush, Shweta, Sid are all here. Okay. Please move cursor off my shit comment. Anxiety max. I didn't even know. Apun bola Modi hai le. My cursor was there. Sorry. Oh God. That's hilarious.
Meghna, do you want to talk about the cutouts, the 6 lakh plus selfie points?
Oh yes. Yes. I have it somewhere. What is this? Oh yeah, friends. This is very fun. Let me give context. As Shweta said, uh, so the government of India thought that it would be a great idea to put cutouts of Modi ji for people to take selfies at railway stations. So someone filed an RTI asking um, names of stations across the country where 3D selfie booths or 3D selfie points of PM Narendra Modi are installed or erected. Yeah, and they've given like a list of them. Mumbai, Bhusawar, Nagpur, Pune, Solapur, all of them have. So there are temporary installations and permanent installations. So you can see it on your screen, right? And amount spent or cost incurred for erecting or installing each 3D selfie booths or selfie points of PM Narendra Modi across railway stations. So Central Bureau of Communication has approved L1 rates. So category per station, it's 1.25 for each installation, temporary installation, and 6.25 for permanent installations. Permanent installations of Modi ji in railway stations and how you can take selfies with him. So
But
this is
why
amazing.
would you want to take selfies with Modi's picture?
What? Sorry. Again?
Why would you want to take selfies with Modi's picture? Like,
Yeah, I don't understand this obsession, honestly. Like, why do you need cutouts? You're correct, right? Can we find a cutout? Is there anyone who can share like a tweet or someone where we can find some cutouts?
this is taxpayers' money, by the way.
Huh?
This is taxpayers' money, right?
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
Ha, mera desh.
Mera Desh Mahan. Oh yeah, there is. Nimotai has shared it. Take selfie points. Cost of one selfie point 6 lakhs. Yeah, 6.25. Total selfie points planned as of now 882. Okay, and this is what it looks like. The fuck? What is this? It's like, oh, Chandrayaan का दिखाया है ये. What nonsense is this? Modi selfie point, it seems.
Well, now you know what you can do with the channel. You can go vlogging to all the selfie points.
That's true. That's very true. That's not a bad idea. Like we should do like a movement, no? Take as many selfies at these selfie points, and then like do like I don't know, like an Instagram account, which is just like taken selfies with Modi ji in different selfie points. That's the Instagram account right there.
Just looking like a wow.
Just looking like a wow. Yes. Yes, correct. Tuhin, thank you so much for the membership. Welcome. This is just looking like a wow. Um, Modi does not want us to know what laws are being pushed on us until an incident occurs. That's true, Manu. Actually, the way these laws have been designed is very funny also, because funny, again, when I say funny, it means horrible sometimes. But You know what I mean. So they're very funny in a way that they can be selectively implemented, right? That's what I was telling the girl who was from ninth grade. Later she clarified that she's a lady. So she was also asking, no, कि like ये धर्म संसद होगा उस पे वो law implement कैसे करेंगे, whatever. It's the same thing, right? So here's my prediction. I think I said it last week also, that they will make an example out of someone like a Ravish Kumar and then scare the shit out of everyone else like me. That's the plan. So the law might be used just once or twice or very rarely, but it will be so big that everybody will cover it. Everybody will have a narrative which will convince people that they have broken the law against national security, and then shit goes down.
So content creators like you and Ravish get this opportunity to use this cutout.
Oh yeah. So like we should do that,
Alternative
no?
content.
Like so we should just go around and take like maximum selfies with Modi ji while we have a chance.
Hmm.
And then when they like use the law against us, we can just pull up those pictures and just make posts which are Modi ji selfies. Yeah, I love that. I love that. That's a great plan. Ameya Vaikar is saying the consultocracy is a global phenomenon. Wait, is this a word? Consultocracy? I remember an academic in the UK suggesting governments start their own consulting firms as non-profit to avoid private takeover. Very interesting. Ameya, thank you so much for the super chat. Sorry, becoming a member, by the way. Thank you so much. I'm just going to see if this is a thing. Okay, consultocracy.
Oh, it's not a word. I googled.
Oh, it's not. Thank you, Shweta. It's not. It's showing, did you mean consultant mocracy? I don't know. But yeah, I'll just keep the Modi ji selfie as a background for now, which is great. Have you watched the documentary Rise of the Nazis? No, I haven't. Should I? Is it possible to install a permanent erection of Modi on my terrace? It is possible. You can take inspiration from another genius called Elon Musk. He put that giant X sign on the terrace of the Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, X ka headquarters. So you can take this cutout, which I'm showing you right now. You can cover it with like Christmas lights and everything to highlight the border. You can put a floodlight on it, and then you can do this. Actually, you can go and maybe like take this cutout only one day. It'll just save you some effort, and then you can thank the taxpayers for giving you this wonderful gift. Do you think there'll be anyone to guard this? Can we do a selfie point heist? That's another thing we can do. We can engineer this heist.
Same tax exemption for search of selfie point.
Oh, like they do for those solar panels, no? Now, which is like you put a solar panel on top and you can get like subsidies. So if you put like a Modi selfie point on top of your terrace or like make it look grand, then you get like tax exemption. Love it. I should make this suggestion. We should make this suggestion. Due to authoritarian bills of these governments of one region, one language, don't you think some section of the society will have secessionist tendencies revived in coming days? Dharam Teja. Secession, not so much, but of course there'll be resistance. If you are going to like subsume all identities into one, of course there'll be people who will be like, I don't like this. I want to like protect my culture. I want to protect my ways of doing things. I want to protect my ways of practicing my religion. And people will be mad generally. And they will resist, right? Secessionist tendencies मुझे नहीं लगता. But again, civil war? I don't know. I mean, there can be angry people. You see what is happening in Manipur. That is civil war happening there. And so it is possible. All these cutouts are in the government locations, so we cannot steal it. Sure, Manu, but that's why I called it a heist, no? I didn't say that you walk in and like walk into a park and just take things. That's not what I meant. It's a heist. It's a simultaneous heist in multiple locations just to do this. Do selfie pe charcha with Ravish? GUI did have a consulting firm called Planning Commission. It was shut down for consultocracy of the Big Four. Oh, interesting. Okay, no. Okay, sorry. Langru, I completely missed the sarcasm in this, but yeah. The planning commission was not exactly a consulting firm, but yes, I know what you mean. They did pretty much the same things that consulting firms do. The only difference I would say is that they didn't have private clients along with the government. They were only working for the government. That's a big difference. Using Modi cutout like Amir Khan's PK used a Hanumanji sticker on his cheek. Wait, what? Oh yeah, that did happen. Amir made up the word consultocracy. I like this word, Amir, honestly. Consultocracy is a nice word. We should make it a thing. Just put it in Urban Dictionary, no? Should we make an Urban Dictionary entry? Let's do that. Urban Dictionary. Yeah, let's define a word. Word. Wait. Consultocracy. Yeah. Okay, chat, give me like definitions. Members, give me definitions. Consultocracy. We will define it. Amir, you came up with this amazing. Let's make it official.
When the big consulting firms put together a report for a shit ton of money, which makes no sense.
Um, uh, that's a good one. Okay. When the government engages consultant types to do problem solving. No, how can it be? Using Modi sticker to avoid mob lynching. When are you making videos on fluffoganda and democracy reviews? हो रहा है.
Installing
हाँ.
puppet advisors.
What?
Installing puppet advisors too.
Installing puppet advisors. Okay, when government engages consultant types to answer basic questions and solve problems for a shit ton of money. Money.
I think to reaffirm their own propaganda for a shit ton of
I like that. To solve problems. I like that. Okay, basic questions and solve problems. This act is done to promote their own narratives and reaffirm their existing beliefs. Just that there would be a PPT on it. PowerPoint presentation on it. Yeah? Yeah?
Also, minimum 5 graphic representations per slide.
Minimum 5 representations per slide. Minimum. Wait. So there would be a PowerPoint presentation with.
It's called a deck in their language.
Oh yeah,
it's called
deck.
With mandatory
Deck.
Shivaji's GIF.
It's
With at least 3 pie charts for no reason.
And font so small that you have to squint at the screen.
aka a deck on it. The deck shall have a minimum of 3 pie charts for no reason, no particular reason. Small font and small font and someone else said something.
And
And
numbers
Also,
don't add
that
up to 100.
mandatory Shivaji meme,
and
that Shivaji meme one.
flourish animation.
Flourish
25 crores.
animation. Flourish animation. Shivaji meme? What were you saying?
There was a thing, no, Shivaji was walking on the road and development was going on.
Oh yeah, that meme of Shivaji Rajnikant. You mean our friend Rajnikant when he was walking on the streets and development was going on. Yeah. Uh, small font and flourish animation. Chat को देखते हैं. What are they saying? A government whose modus operandi consists of PPTs, graphs, cheesy acronyms, and matrices. Oh, cheesy acronyms. I like that, Zubir. Zubir. Uh, cheesy acronyms. 3 pie charts. 6 graphs. Small font.
Random inspirational quote misattributed to the wrong person.
Oh yeah. Inspirational quotes.
Footnote.
2 inspirational quotes attributed to random dead thinkers and philosophers. And flourish animation. Yeah, flourish animation. That's nice.
Also made by intern, credits to partner.
Made by intern. Oh, yeah, made by intern, but credits to partner. Yeah. The consultant boss will get all the credit for it. Yeah. So Ganesh is saying inviting suggestions and thoughts on new policies from the public, which would then be presented in front of panel experts who, after deliberation, will recommend what Modi ji wants. That's a nice one. If someone questions your morals, you just reply by saying, if we don't do it, someone else will. Yeah, that's true.
We also need one shitty, ridiculous idea that the consulting firm has given
Oh,
as an
yeah.
example.
Yeah, example में देना पड़ेगा. I will do that.
An anecdote
But you
from
can also
Something
make a
like
comparison table of last party and
We'll give an example.
yeah. So I was thinking something like government has increased anti-West rhetoric more after listening to the consultants from the West. Something like that.
Needs to be funnier. We need to, yeah, but I get your drift. I was just thinking. But the example has to be of consultocracy, right? So it has to be usually like in a definition, use it in a sentence type thing. How it was used in a sentence. So,
So it seems to be striking to me that whatever we are doing seems to be an example of consultocracy. The way we are crowdsourcing.
this is more effort put on a fake word than news channels do on an entire days of work. This is true, Klush. We
Yes.
put in a lot of effort.
Arey, consultocracy is a real word.
Is it?
It is a real word.
Nahi.
Yes.
Nahi. What are you
It is.
saying?
It is.
Wait.
I just saw.
Yeah.
Urban Dictionary पे नहीं है. I don't believe you.
Search Willy online library.
I don't care. It's not an Urban Dictionary, so it doesn't exist. Please. This is the internet's dictionary.
Valid point, valid point.
So we're still making it. Okay. So type an example of how it's used in a sentence. Okay. Two questions not at all related to the topic. Do you think newly launched Bharat Nyay Yatra is going to have an impact? Agree? No. Discourse around certain movies end up making them popular. Aranya, I will come to you. Wait, we are going to finish this definition first. Outsourcing idiocy. Oh, that's a nice one. People have written articles on consultocracy. Oh, no, but we
I
are
found one
defining it.
from 2006.
We are defining it. That's what makes us win. We define the word. A form of government where policy decisions are outsourced to private consulting firms while the politicians focus on consolidating power. Dhiru bhai, this is not an Urban Dictionary material, sir. Urban Dictionary needs to be more entertaining, na? But I do get your point. I think we can add a element of what you said here as well.
Yeah. That
I think
seems more like
Kushagra's
Wikipedia.
suggestion is good. Run it by ChatGPT once you're done with your.
Run it by ChatGPT. Yamini Iyer has an article on it, is what Apar is saying. Okay, I'll need to check this out. Okay, there is art of seeking advice from so many sources that decision making becomes a chaotic blend of wisdom, whimsy, and wild suggestions, resembling a brainstorming session gone hilariously wrong.
Very, very accurate.
I
very
really like this.
Yes.
I'm just going to take this and we're going to integrate it here. Wait. As a result, decision making becomes a chaotic blend of wisdom, whimsy, and wild suggestions, resembling a brainstorming session gone hilariously wrong. I love that. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, reading it again. When the government engages consultant types to answer basic questions and solve problems, this act is done. Oh, wait. Government outsources its own problems, its own duties and responsibilities to consultant types when it seeks their help to answer basic questions and solve problems. Okay. This act is done to promote the government's own narrative and reaffirm their narratives, consolidate power and reaffirm their existing beliefs. Just that there would be wait, just that नहीं करते. In wait. The consultants would be required to produce a PowerPoint presentation, a deck on it, a deck on it. The deck shall have minimum 3 pie charts, 6 graphs, small font, cheesy acronyms, 2 inspirational quotes attributed to random dead thinkers and philosophers, and flourish animation. As a result, decision making becomes a chaotic blend of wisdom, whimsy, and wild suggestions resembling a brainstorming session gone hilariously wrong. Okay, friends, I think this is good. I love it. I feel like chat. Do you like the definition? We will then submit it. We just need an example now. Example.
adding Avijit Chawda as a consultant, like he was in some government agencies, right?
Consultocracy, we have to use it in a sentence. So, how would you use it in a sentence? That is what it is.
M has a comment in the land of consultocracy, Modi's attempt to fix potholes. That's a nice use.
Ooh, कहाँ पे गया? Hmm. In the land of consultocracy, Modi's attempt to fix potholes involved a committee of experts deliberating on the most efficient shapes for them, while the roads continued resembling a lunar surface. I love that. Thank you, M. Just using this. In the land of consultocracy, the supreme leader's attempt to fix potholes involved a committee of experts deliberating on the most efficient shapes for them, while the roads continued to resemble a lunar surface. Yes, love it, love it. Tags: consulting, management, productivity, dictatorship, oligarchy, PowerPoints, presentations, deck. Okay, done. English. Yes, submit. Done, friends. Oh, sign in करना पड़ेगा. Wait, I'm going to hide this and sign in. then do it. Your definition will be reviewed soon. Amazing. Once this definition is reviewed, I will share it and then you guys can upvote it. And then we officially have defined consultocracy. Love it. Love it. Thank you so much, chat. That was fun. अर्पित शर्मा क्या कर रहा था श्वेता?
Repeat of the same thing. I've left one.
So tell me, what has Sanjay Chauhan been saying? Let's figure that out because he came
so
last week also.
So today we have two misbehaving kids.
Okay.
One is Sanjay Chauhan, who was RW troll types, just disrupting the chat. And there was another Sid karke account, which was bigoted.
Oh, okay.
Basically.
Fair enough. And Arpit is also doing some random spamming, I'm guessing.
He's just reposting the same thing again.
Yeah. Arpit, friend, ऐसे मत करो.
मेघनाथ मैं हूँ राज आई एम सो सॉरी मैन
Oh, hey
पता नहीं मैंने
Raj, you're
realize किया
here. Hey, Raj
I'm
is
so
here.
sorry
No,
so
it's fine.
sorry
Did you fall asleep?
अरे यार I did not realize in my head it was 9 my time so I just
sad.
so this
sad.
is 9 my time yeah
I put your name in the title also, and then you didn't show up.
अरे
And I
यार
was like, it's okay, it's okay. Now you're here. Now you're here with our members also. So
हाँ
yeah.
अभी मैं पिछले 10 मिनट से I was in the special stream link and then I realized it must have been done by now so
Yeah. So Apar has also left. So we were just like randomly chatting. We just defined consultocracy on live stream because we thought that it doesn't exist, and we were talking about how the big fours are writing bills and consulting with the government. So yeah, that's what we were doing.
And Apar is in the live chat. He's grabbing dinner, I guess, and he's.
Oh, okay. He's in the live chat. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Apar is here. Yeah.
I got a bit of a shock as I looked up at the Discord screen and saw Adarnya Srishi's face there.
Yeah. He calls himself Naravindra Modriwal.
अरे वो basically वो this is because I have my Discord I mean the BJ Port Discord right
Right.
वहाँ पे we are all someone is Monkey Bart and someone is so everyone has their weird names so.
Acha, Raj, introduce yourself to our audiences.
Hey guys, I'm Raj Sen. I am I'm some of you I already know because some at least a few of you are also part of the BJ Port Discord. But Raj Sen, I I'm one third of the Bharatiya Janata podcast.
Yeah.
It's a satirical podcast. Not sure how many of you listen to, but if you do, it'll be great. Meghnad has been part of many of our episodes. And talking of Big Four, Meghnad, also that is something that I usually do not share, but I'm part of one of them. Not gonna name which one, but not in the area of it's like my practice area is uh, security and privacy in the private sector. So
Amazing.
nothing to do with the government. Yeah, security
Amazing.
is in cyber security, not security. Yeah, sorry. So
Uh,
that's me. Yeah.
yeah, and also his discourse dancer on Twitter. Please
Oh,
do
हाँ,
follow
sorry,
him.
वो तो भूल ही गया था. I'm
Uh,
discourse dancer on Twitter.
yeah, what he's popularly known for is
Yeah.
discourse dancer. So you can
Uh,
go follow him as well. But yeah, I was
Yeah.
actually about to close the live stream. So like because I've been doing this for like 2 hours now. I also want to get dinner. But before we do that, do you have any thoughts to share? Just general thoughts. Are you hopeful? How do you feel? Tell us.
so I'm not very hopeful. I'm not very hopeful about the things as they stand now. But the thing that I am hopeful about is that sometimes, and we have seen this happen over in history over and over again, is things also don't take a lot of time to suddenly change and become something else. Uh, just like quickly, it's a strange thing that is coming to my mind, but I'm a big fan of the writing of Muhammad Hanif, the Pakistani fictional writer. And when if you guys have not read The Case of Exploding Mangoes, please do. It's fictional, but
Oh yeah,
now
I've read that one. That's very good
uh,
one. Yeah.
uh, but how he describes that nobody ever thought that there will ever be a time that they live where there is no Zia in their lives, and suddenly he wasn't. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that sometimes things just change in a day, and you know that happens. But in terms of the long term nature of where we are going, at this point, there is not a lot that I can take to feel hopeful about. Yeah, and I'm really sorry that I kind of missed the earlier stream, but I promise if this happens again, if Meghnad is kind enough to have me again, I will make sure that this time zone error does not happen on,
No, no,
for
that's
me.
fine. So the
Mhm.
plan now going forward is
Mhm.
that
Mm.
on every Wednesday night and whenever I do a stream,
Okay.
I'm going to do
Mhm.
this, which is I'll go on my
Mhm.
Discord server and sort of spend some time where people can just
Mhm.
jump in and talk to me. So
Yeah.
you're free to join whenever. Now you're a part of the
Of
server.
course. Yeah,
So
yeah. But I'm surprised that why I was not part of the service before.
yeah,
But
what
anyway,
is
that.
wrong with you? No, because it's also
I,
members only. I gave you free
oh,
access because you're a special case. You and Apar are
okay.
both special cases. I just gave you
Oh,
access. So बट
okay.
ठीक है कुछ एक्सेप्शंस कर सकते हैं
Hey Apar, hi. I'm really sorry, man.
दैट्स फाइन
And really loved recently the whole the privacy adda, the news laundry thing that you guys did. I don't know what you called it, but it was really
what
nice.
was that
The digipub thing.
digipub oh
The
yeah
Digipub,
yeah
the Digipub. Yeah, sorry,
digipub thing
Digipub.
yeah
Yeah,
yeah yeah
Digipub. Yeah, that's Apar's kind of.
so digipub is like their association
Uh,
the what is it called like a bunch of wire etc all these creators got together and they created
mm,
digipub which is like a self regulation body and the one that apar was a part of was called internet freedom foundation so yeah so
yeah,
guys
but I.
this is the podcast
Uh-huh.
somewhere asking what is the podcast called it is called bhartiya janta podcast bhajapod
Uh,
you can find it on all sorts of audio platforms it's very fun I was just hearing your latest episode and very fun
thank you for that. And the Janta is Junta, so it's like junta for whoever cares.
thanks yes it is
But thank you so much, guys.
yeah um sorry just taking a few more chats लेते हैं थोड़े से
यार ये कहाँ देख सकता हूँ? अच्छा यहाँ पे, सॉरी,
where So you'll have to come to my YouTube and look at it.
Okay.
Starting this new year, I'm going completely offline, reverting back to an analog lifestyle. I'm going to experiment and see if that would be a way to escape from digital dystopia. Will you escape from digital dystopia though? Because everywhere you go, there will be some need or want of a biometric authentication. So even if you go, wait, analog. No, how will you do it? I don't think that's possible anymore. Hashtag potato. It's a good dream, but I don't think it's possible anymore. This is so much more being here in this session than be a part of my regular friend group. Got educated, learned something new, totally worth it. Thank you, Vishal. Hi Meghna, this is the first stream I have caught you online due to time difference. Good to see you creating helpful and entertaining content. Thank you so much, Ranadeep, and thank you for your support. Share your experience as a lamp fellow. Oh yeah, someone else also asked about lamp fellow. Guys, read my book, Parliamental. It is all about that experience. I mean, थोड़ा सा flourish करके इधर उधर से stories लेके whatever. But my lamp experience was excellent. I was working with an MP who was the youngest member of Rajya Sabha. So basically, he couldn't do much, and he was also a part of the government. So एक स्पीच दिया था बट वो भी थोड़ा सा था एंड लाइक वी डिड अ बंच ऑफ वर्क like I was constantly trying to work, but then our friends in the BJP were constantly disrupting the parliament and not letting us work. So that was one. Then I worked with some other MPs after that, and for 7 years I've been working in parliament. The one thing that I learned about, after working in parliament is how to instinctively see what is wrong with a bill. Like, I just know now where I can find the shady things. I just don't have to read the entire bill. I just know that, offenses, penalties, udhar jao, statement of objects and reasons, and I just know what is happening. That is a skill I picked up. The other skill that I picked up was explaining bills and laws to people who are 8 years old, which were practically all the MPs. Again, not to insult their intelligence or anything, but not all of them were lawyers, not all of them had exposure to policy. Some were farmers, some were doing other things, some were journalists, etc., etc. So it was my job to pick up those laws, find out what is up, and brief them about it. So that was a skill that I gained. And then I used it for the public. I was like, if I'm doing it for MPs, what if I do it for the public? And that worked out well. Yeah. Raghav Chadda, youngest? No, this was back in 2011, Aranya. So that was not, Raghav Chadda wasn't there during that time. I was 22 when I started working in parliament. So now I'm 34. That was 12 years ago. The name of my book is Parliamental, as Mimi pointed out. Yes. Tanmay is saying that's a very cool name for a podcast. I'm so mad I didn't come up with it. Okay, friends, I'm going to close this session now. Members, you're there. Any last thoughts? Then I'll close this.
Nothing much. अच्छा सेशन था.
अच्छा सेशन.
मजा आया.
मजा आया. Okay. Thank you. That's
I
a
love
good...
your Jesus look. I love your Jesus look.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yes. Also, guys, this is the last stream.
It looks
probably...
like Perrier, not Jesus.
What?
It is. It is. It is not that. It is.
Hey, Poda. Doesn't look like Perrier.
People have said that I look a lot like Golwalkar. As you can see, that is my display picture here on Discord.
Fair enough. Nagpur connection.
Yes, Nagpur connection. I actually made my glasses look like him also. I had some long hair. I'm growing it now. So one day I will be like the exact replica of Golwalkar. And my idea is to start Hindutva 2.0. which is completely different from what they started. So
I thought you
I'll
were
be
aiming
honest,
at
until
not
you said
getting
that, I
cancelled.
thought that was you.
that, it does look like me, no?
Jesus of Bethlehem थे, ये Jesus of भात दल है.
um, okay, friends, thank you so much for joining. I will see you again. I'm going to close and I'm just going to say my goodbyes. Bye bye. Uh, Friends, so just one thing. So this is the last stream probably of the year 2023. So a very happy new year to you. I will see you in the next year. And this is, I think, like also happy Christmas just happened. But this year has been quite great for me, honestly speaking. And I was thinking, like, right before the year ends, I might do another stream, which is like a 2023 review of all the things that happened in 2023. Personally, also politically, democratically, and just shit that I saw on the internet, which I found very fascinating. So I'll collect some material and I will probably do that stream soon. On before the 31st, hopefully, because I was thinking, should I create a video or should I do a live stream? Now a live stream seems better, so let me just construct that, let me just figure that out. And yeah, so I'll see you in that one. If that doesn't happen, this is the last stream, so happy new year. I will see you in the next year. Thank you so much, friends. I hope you had fun today. Do consider sharing this, do consider liking, and do consider subscribing if you haven't done it already. And also support the channel. It is fun. We have a very nice community now. So yeah, come there next time. Bye bye, friends. And thank you, Apar, and thank you, Raj, and all the members who were also a part of this. Bye.